Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Alchemist. Whenever you enter into a chemistry lab, there is a colorful chart where absolutely all alphabets written all over, known as periodic table. In that periodic table, the metals on one side and the non-metals as well. And today the topic is metals and non-metals. First, the classification of elements. There are three such classifications like metals, non-metals and metalloids. Metals is defined as good conductors and it is malleable and it is located on the left side of the periodic table, example calcium, and the alkaline earth metals. The non-metals is defined as poor conductors and not malleable and it is located on the right side of the periodic table, example oxygen, noble gases and halogen family. And then the metalloids is defined as it has the properties of both metals and non-metals and it is located on the dark staircase line, example silicon, germanium, astatine, etc. And these are the trends in the periodic table. In the left side there is metals like alkali and alkaline earth metals, and in the right side the halogens and the inert gases are non-metals, and the dark staircase line are the semi-metals. Now we are going to see the differences between the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Metals have a property known as lustrous. Lustrous means a shiny appearance. Example, gold and iron show a shiny appearances. And metals have another property known as good conductors. It is a good conductors of heat and electricity. For example, if one end of iron rod is heated, we felt a rise in temperature on the other side also. It has high melting point and it has high density, and it has another property known as malleability. Malleability means if a metal is beat with a hammer, it forms a thin sheet and change their shape into a thin foil. For example, iron and aluminium foil. And another one is ductility. Ductility means ability to form a thin wire. And mostly metals are solids at room temperature, and it forms a thin sheet as already shown in the malleability, and it has a property of sonorous. Sonorous means it produces sound. Going forward to non-metals, and it is dull. It doesn't have a property like lustrous, and they are poor conductors. Does not conduct. It will be used as handles for cookers and pans. Non-ductile, and it cannot be drawn into wires, and brittle. If we beat with a hammer, it break into pieces. And maybe solids, mostly are liquid and gases at room temperature. And transparent as a thin sheet, and it doesn't produce any sound, so not sonorous. And now we are going in depth of the physical properties of metals. Metals are always found in solid state except mercury. The symbol of mercury is Hg. Mercury is the only metal found in liquid state in room temperature, and other metals like iron and copper doesn't found in molten state. Never it is found in molten state. In room temperature they are only in solid state. Moving forward, there are certain metals which have low density, just like sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium are the only two metals having low densities. All other metals have high density than water. For example, take an iron nail and put it in water. What will happen? The iron nail will drawn. Like take sodium and potassium and put it in water, they may float because they have less densities than water. Next one is certain metals. They are shown as soft metals like sodium, potassium and lead. and other metals are hard. Metals have another property known as malleability. If you beat with a hammer, it forms a thin sheet or a thin foil, example aluminium and iron. The next one is ductility. What happens to metal is if you beat a metal with a hammer, the metals can be melted and drawn into wires like copper wire, etc. And good conductors of heat and electricity, as already seen. If you heat an iron rod at one end, and the heat will be felt on the other end also. And another property, important property, is lustrous. Lustrous means a shiny appearance, and metals give the shiny appearance. Example, gold and silver shines. And another one is sonorous. Sonorous means it produces a characteristic sound. For example, if you hit an object like iron kada, it produces sound. Now we are going to see the physical properties of non-metals. It do not have a specific physical state. They can be found in solid, liquid and gases. Solid non-metals are brittle in nature. If you hit a non-metal with a hammer, it breaks into pieces. Non-metals cannot be melted and drawn into thick wire. For example, if you take carbon block and if you melt, it cannot be drawn into a thin wire. And sulfur also, it cannot be made into a thin wire. Non-metals do not make characteristic sounds when hit with an object. It doesn't produce. Carbon doesn't produce any sound. Except graphite, most non-metals are bad conductors, and graphite is a good conductor and it is a non-metal. Diamond gives a lustrous property, and remaining non-metals do not have any lustrous, shiny appearances. Non-metals have low density. So far we have been discussing about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Now we have to learn about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. In this slide we are going to see the chemical properties on the reaction with metals. Here we discuss the reactions of metals with different elements like oxygen, water, acids and bases. The first one is metals react with oxygen to form basic metal oxides. You know that during the process of rusting, iron reacts with oxygen and water to give iron oxide. This iron oxide formed is known as rusting. Similarly, when magnesium ribbon is burnt in oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. If the ash obtained in magnesium ribbon is dissolved in water and tested with red and blue litmus paper, you will find that red litmus paper turns blue. This is because magnesium oxide formed is basic in nature. The conclusion is metals react with oxygen to form basic metal oxides. The next one is metals react with water to form oxides or hydroxides. Metals react with water to form basic oxides with evolution of heat. The example is, take sodium and put it in water. You will observe that sodium react vigorously with water, and after some few hours or few minutes, when you touch the beaker, it becomes hot. It is an exothermic process, and thus the heat is evolved. And then the solution is tested with red and blue litmus paper. Then the solution turns red litmus paper to blue. The reaction is sodium and water gives NaOH. It is a sodium hydroxide. It is basic in nature. And now you have to answer the question, why sodium is kept in kerosene bottle? Yes, sodium is readily reactive with all elements, so it is kept in kerosene bottle. It doesn't react with kerosene. Metals react with acids to form salts. The reaction is acid plus metal gives salt plus hydrogen gas. Metals do not react with alkalis. Alkalis are bases. Chemical properties of nonmetals. Nonmetals react with oxygen to form nonmetallic oxides. For example, carbon is a nonmetal. It reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Likewise, sulfur reacts with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. These are the chemical properties of nonmetals. If you have any doubt, put it in the comment box. Thank you for watching.